In the quiet corner of my grandfather's study, there's a clock. It's a grand old thing, carved from dark mahogany, with a face of yellowed ivory and elegant Roman numerals. For as long as I can remember, it's never worked. The pendulum hangs perfectly still, a silent, golden disc. My grandmother used to say it was more a piece of furniture than a timepiece, a monument to a past that had stopped ticking. I was up late, working on a project, the only light coming from my laptop screen. The house was dead quiet, that deep, settled silence of the early morning hours. Suddenly, I heard a sound, a soft, whirring noise, like a tiny, frantic machine. I froze, listening. It was coming from the study. I crept to the door and peered in. The moonlight streamed through the window, falling directly on the old clock, and what I saw made my heart pound against my ribs. The hands, the ones that had been stuck at 3:17 for decades, were spinning, not ticking, not moving in any sort of orderly fashion. They were a blur, whirling around the face so fast you could barely distinguish them, first clockwise, then counterclockwise, as if they were trying to unwind time itself. I just stood there, mesmerized and a little terrified. It was like watching a glitch in reality. The whirring sound grew louder, more insistent, a frantic buzz that filled the small room. It felt like the clock wasn't just broken. It was having a seizure, possessed by some unseen energy. It was as if all the seconds and minutes and hours it had missed over the years were trying to catch up all at once, in a chaotic, impossible sprint. As quickly as it started, it stopped. The hands juddered to a halt, this time at 11:52. The silence that followed was heavier, more profound than before. The clock was still again. I didn't tell anyone at first. Who would believe me? The clock that never works suddenly went haywire in the middle of the night. It sounded like a dream, or like I was losing my mind. But then it happened again, a few weeks later. This time it was a Tuesday afternoon. I was just passing the study when I heard that familiar, frantic whir. I rushed in to see the hands spinning wildly once more. This time, I pulled out my phone and started recording. I had to have proof. I had to know I wasn't imagining it. The video is shaky. The sound is just that high-pitched buzzing, but it's there. The impossible motion of the clock's hands, a whirlwind of forgotten moments. Since then, it's become a recurring event, happening at random intervals, day or night. Sometimes weeks will go by with nothing but stillness. Other times, it will happen twice in one day. I've tried to find a pattern, a trigger. Is it the weather? The time of day? A specific date? Nothing. It seems to have a life of its own, a schedule known only to its own mysterious inner workings. I've had a clockmaker look at it. He opened the back, peered at the dusty gears and springs, and declared it completely and utterly broken. The mainspring was snapped. The gears were seized. He said there was no physical way for those hands to move, not even a fraction of an inch, let alone spin like they do. He couldn't explain my video. He just shook his head and said, "Some things are better left alone." So now, the clock sits in its corner, a silent enigma. Most of the time, it's just a beautiful old relic. But sometimes when the house is quiet, I'll hear that whirring begin, and I'll go and watch. I'm not scared anymore. I'm just fascinated. It's like having a window, not into another place, but into another kind of time. A time that's broken, chaotic, and wonderfully, terrifyingly unpredictable. It's a reminder that maybe the neat, orderly progression of seconds we live by isn't the only way time works. Maybe, just maybe, time can get stuck. And maybe, just maybe, it can break free. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever experienced something you just can't explain, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more strange tales.